Hey everybody, in today's video we are going to review parallel and perpendicular lines as well as equations of lines. So here we have two lines. One line has these 2 points, the other line has these 2 points, and we're going to decide if these are parallel, perpendicular, or neither of those, just two intersecting lines. In order to do that, we are going to find the slope of each line. So the slope of line 1 is y minus y, so we'll be reminded the slope is y minus y over x minus x, change in y over the change in x. Y minus y is 6 minus 5, and x minus x is 4 minus negative 2. And that simplifies. 6 minus 5 is 1. 4 minus negative, that's plus. Minus negative is plus, so 4 plus 2 is 6. So line 1 has a slope of 1/6. When I do the slope of line 2, if these two slopes end up being exactly the same, the lines will be parallel. If the two slopes are opposite signs and reciprocals, the lines will be perpendicular. If the slopes are not the same or opposite reciprocals, then they'll just be a pair of intersecting lines, so neither parallel nor perpendicular. For line 2, y minus y is 4 minus 16, and x minus x is negative 7 minus negative 9. 4 minus 16 is negative 12. Negative 7 minus negative, so that's plus 9, is 2. And this simplifies. Negative over positive is negative. And 2 goes into 12 6 times, and 2 goes into 2 1 time, so it's negative 6 over 1. These two slopes are opposite signs, and they are reciprocals. They are flipped. Okay, so because these two are opposite reciprocals, you would say that the two lines are perpendicular. Next, we are going to write the equation of a line given the slope and the y-intercept. We're going to write it in this form, y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So y equals m, negative 4, times x, plus b, and it's a positive 2, so plus 2. If it was a negative 2, then we would just write minus 2 here. The equation of a line that passes through 2, 4 and has a slope of 2, so this time we are going to start in point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So here is our point. That's going to be x1, y1, and the slope is m. And we're going to fill those three things into this equation, into this formula. Y minus y1, that's y minus 4, equals m, which is 2, times x minus x1, and x1 is 2. We're going to get this into slope-intercept form. First we will distribute. Y minus 4 equals 2x minus 4. And then we will add 4 to both sides. And that actually cancels on both sides, so we get y equals 2x plus 0. You don't really have to write plus 0. You could just write y equals 2x, and that would be fine as well. Either of these will be acceptable. Next, we're going to write the equation of this line. It might be a little bit difficult to see. That's negative 4, 4, and 0, negative 2. So a line that goes through those 2 points. First thing we're going to do is find the slope. And slope, as we did above, is y minus y over x minus x. Y minus y is 4 minus negative 2. 4 minus negative 2. X minus x is negative 4 minus 0. 4 minus negative 2, that means 4 plus 2, that's 6. Negative 4 minus 0 is negative 4. Positive over negative is negative. And 6 over 4 simplifies. 2 goes into 6 3 times, and 2 goes into 4 2 times. The slope is negative 3 over 2. Okay, so there's m. And I like the smaller numbers. I'm going to use this point as my x1, y1. So using this formula here, y minus y1, that's y minus negative 2 equals m, which is negative 3/2, times x minus x1, and x1 is 0. Minus negative is plus, so this is y plus 2, and I'll distribute negative 3/2 times x, and then negative 3/2 times negative 0 is 0, so plus 0. And then we will subtract 2 from both sides. Y equals negative 3/2 x minus 2. Next, find the measure of angle 1, and now we're talking about some perpendicular lines as well as some vertical angles. If there's a right angle here, that means the lines are perpendicular, and this vertical angle here is also a right angle. So I know these two must add up to 90 degrees. So the measure of angle 1 is 90 minus the 49 that's on this side. So if I subtract the 49, I'll get what's left here. So 90 minus 49 is 41. So the measure of angle 1 right here is 41 degrees. Okay, now these lines are perpendicular. There's no symbol like there was here, but it says it here. A and B are perpendicular. So I know this right here is a right angle. All of these angles are right angles. Now these two right here make up a right angle, and if I add them together, x plus 7 plus this 16 degree angle here, I know that they are going to make 90 degrees. And I can just combine these like terms. Sorry, I wasn't really showing you that. 7 plus 16 is 23, so x plus 23 equals 90, and I can subtract 23. X equals 90 minus 23. 90 minus 23 is 67. 90 minus 23 is 67, so x is 67. Our last problem just asks us, in this figure here, which lines are parallel? A, B, C, and D. Two of those are parallel to each other. Which ones? Now I can tell you A is not parallel to C or D. B is not parallel to C or D. It's either A is parallel to B or C is parallel to D. These angles give me a clue because these two lines are perpendicular to each other. That means these must be parallel. So if C and D are both perpendicular to B, then C and D are parallel. We can also think of it as these same side or consecutive interior angles. If they are congruent, then these lines are parallel. So C is parallel to D.